Hello everyone, this is Ronnie coming to you today with a video. Gonna show 20 items that we sold probably from like the middle of September to the middle of yesterday. Yeah, middle of October. Gonna go through them and talk about some of the sales and why I think they sold for what they sold, how long they took approximately, what I paid, and oh, this is live. Thought I made this private, but anyway, we'll go through the videos. I'll pull up the chat in a minute, and if anybody has any questions, I'll get to them later on through the video. Let's try to get into this, do a screen share, show you some of the stuff we've sold. Okay, I think I got that up, ready to go. All right, so first thing, this I just thought was interesting. Most people wouldn't even think about selling this separate. I bought a bunch of things from Supreme, and a few of the items that we got were from the first release, and they had some stickers, the bag, and the toothbrush. So sold those separately, put them up for $24.99, $2.99 shipping, and they sold the two that we had, and you know, paid for the items that we got. The one shirt was $34 and the keychain was $18, so almost covered the price of the items just selling the bags and the stickers and stuff like that. Go figure, the trinkets. But here we are, and not sure what happened. Oh, here we go. This is a vintage 90s Polo Sport. These bags, we find these pretty often. Usually I'll pick them up if they're cheap. We paid $3 for this. Polo Sport, Ralph Lauren stuff, you know, usually does fairly well. This was like a mini backpack. This actually stayed within state. It went to somebody in Massachusetts. Paid $3 and we sold it for $30 and $6 shipping. And it didn't take that long. I sold within a few days. What's up, everybody in the chat? See a lot of people there. How you guys doing? Liz, what's up? Lauren, Swamp Picker, Mr. Sadie, Wes. Hope all you guys are doing well. Anybody has any questions, just leave them there. I'll get them to the end. Go through this fairly quickly. Here is another item, and this is a vintage Barbies. We picked these up at a yard sale. I picked up a bunch of these and a bunch of other things. I sold a few of the games already on Amazon. I sold one for $70, another one for $50 or so, and then we still have a Jumanji game, which was brand new that we got. We paid $34 for everything. I'm already in the profit. I put this up to auction. I kind of got, from talking to a few people that knew Barbies, there wasn't really the greatest value in these. The Barbie was damaged. She still had green ears, had some clothing, but the clothing was kind of messed up. But you see the green ears right there. The earrings were left in. Had the case. I mean, I could have broke it up, probably parted it up, but I put it up for auction, figure out what it go for. Started at $49.99, got one bid. This wound up going to UK through the global shipping program, and they were happy when they got it. So I was happy. I was into this for 4 divided by 34, so that's like, I don't know, $8.50 a piece or something like that. So not the hugest return, but not a bad return either. I mean, it could have went for a little bit more money. This was a Giorgio Armani. This is a silk blend shirt. This shirt was really funky, 90s collarless shirt. Silk blend. You see it was this black with like a green and blue. It had some chip buttons. Had a chip button on the front, as you see right here. That top button is chipped, and a button on the sleeve was missing. I noted that, but it actually had spare buttons on both of these. This is actually Giorgio Armani's runway line. This is their top line, the Milan, whatever you want to pronounce that, 21. But this was 90s. We got this at a state sale last week. Paid about $4 for all clothing that we got per piece. So this was one of them. This sold almost right away for $69.99 plus $4 shipping. So really nice. Can't argue with that at all. This is a zero restriction golf wear. We found a bunch of these recently after knowing about the brand for a while. Haven't found any, and then all of a sudden, recently we found a bunch of pieces. Usually they're embroidered with some golf course or another. There's a tag. I thought this jacket was a little just like cheaply made or older. Didn't look like it had really great quality to it. Paid $6 for it, and this sold like within a day. $80, $6 shipping. Like, I was like, damn, okay. This fit in a padded flat rate. It folds up really close. But their Gore-Tex line is actually pretty expensive. Check out their website. Their stuff goes actually for pretty good money. This was a Laurel Piana men's dress shirt. We've had this a few months probably. See a nice little pattern. It was like a white with blue and brown check. A micro checker. There's the tag, Laurel Piana. Really good Italian-made clothing. This sold probably within a few months. I got it, and I think we paid $4 or $5 for it at a small thrift store. Sold it for $85 with $4 shipping. So love Laurel Piana. Great brand. When it's the main brand. Sometimes you'll find items with fabric by Laurel Piana. It depends on the other brand that's associated with it, depending on what you get. But it looks like everybody's doing good. All right, get those sneakers listed. All right, this is a vintage Hartman tweed and leather luggage. This sat around a little while before getting listed for whatever reason. It was missing the strap, but otherwise it was in excellent condition. They actually still make this, but people really love this line of luggage for whatever reason. I've picked this up. If you watched our videos, this is probably the 10th piece I've picked up over the last few years. Just sells pretty good. This was not a huge piece. This was, why is it asking me to do that? 21 by 12 by 9. So it wasn't a huge piece. That's really weird. Huh, okay. I never seen that before. But this sold for $100, and this was going actually really close to, stayed within Massachusetts. It was pretty close to the town I picked it up in. I actually picked this up. I paid $15 for it, but I knew about what we could get for it, so it was a good buy. This is a Tundra sweater. I picked up 2 of these the same day. Both were 2X. They have that Coogee look to them. I actually thought they were going to be Coogee sweaters when I spotted them on the rack getting rolled out at the Goodwill. Paid whatever a sweater price is, $5.50 maybe. I can't say that word. Mercerized cotton. And there's the tag to it. They're made in Canada, but it had that look to it. I don't pick this brand up all the time, but when it has the nice bright colors to it, has that Coogee look to it, and it was 2X, the large, which helps out too. I picked it up, sold full price, $109.99, and we had free shipping on this. I actually changed. I did free shipping for a while. I seen absolutely no change in our sales, so I took it off. I really don't like the free shipping. I know a lot of people would argue with me about it. I mean, it's like the North and the South and the Civil War trying to argue about free shipping. It's just whatever works for you, do it and like it and be happy with it. But it's one of those things. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. This is just, I put this here because this is just really not in at the moment, but it's still sold. We had this for a little while. The first time we sold it, it was returned. This is a dark brown corduroy, and it's a 4-button front, like 4-button jackets. 3-button jackets are not in. This is a 4-button jacket. You see the tag over here. It's Gina Versace. And yeah, it had a good brand to it, but it's a weird, just corduroy and 4 buttons. And I think we were into this for about $10. It's a two-piece suit with the pants, and it sold for $129.99. I have no idea what we got for it the first time, plus about $11 to ship. So it sold. We were happy, and hey, we had that probably, I would say, 4 or 5 months, and it sold twice in that time. So really odd, surprising. All right, back over here. This is a Banana Republic double-breasted suit, two-piece suit, a little on the smaller side. It's like a 40 regular, which is kind of small. This is their really top of the line Banana Republic. This was probably about $500 new. Banana Republic stuff has a following for their, a lot of these mall brands you'll see, like J. Crew, Banana Republic, Express. Some of their stuff sells decent. Not everything, but some of their stuff. I actually paid $20 for this. I picked it up with a lot of other suits and sport coats, probably from the same person. They had them, and I sold this because it was a little bit different. It's double-breasted. It looked like it was never really worn. I picked this up, and this sold for $139.99. If you notice the prices I have, I do not run sales anymore. I cut the sales out. I restructured my pricing. I ran, I think, a sale lasts a few days for 10% off. I'm against running sales at the moment. I don't like the new sales manager thing, how it works. But I've been not getting a lot of traffic lately, which is weird. I was talking to another reseller, and we were talking about traffic numbers being down. And I think there's some correlation with this promoted listings and stuff like that. Like the views and stuff like that is just weird. It's not working out well. Because I can go and search my items and find them pretty high in the rank, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting the views as I should. We've upped our inventory by over 100 things on eBay. We were down in the mid 400s. I'm almost at 600 now. I'm very picky with what I put on eBay, so it's really weird that our numbers are kind of going downward a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. It takes some time. We'll go from there. Snowing. Where do you live that it'd be snowing? That is crazy. This is another men's suit. We picked this up. Itro, really good Italian brand. And we picked this up. I picked this up, I think, with 3 other Itro suits and another suit. This is the last piece to sell. And we got $159.99 for it with $11 shipping. This was listed probably since the spring. And it's a really odd size. A 40 short is kind of, it's a little iffy on the size, but it's sold, and that's all that matters eventually. This is a Orvis Batikill bag. This is a rolling luggage suitcase garment bag. Gretchen found this. It was $10 at a Salvation Army. I usually find these at estate sales probably, I don't know, every 3 to 6 months I'll find one, and usually I can get them for about $20. So it was actually cheaper. It had a little light damage to it. Not damage, but wear and stuff like that. But this, I think this is discontinued, this line of luggage. It actually does really well. It's just canvas or whatever you want to call it, and leather trim. Really well made. This was expensive stuff, this line, and it still sells very well. We got $170 for this and $35 shipping. And this sold within, it didn't take long, less than a week probably. So it was pretty good. This was a unique, interesting item. This was a Fila Retro Briard Bronc or whatever, tennis player. He's a tennis player back in the days. I guess Fila sponsored him. This was made in Italy, limited edition. And for what I found out through another person, they directed me through a few different things, that they had a limited edition line where they redid some of the lines, as you see here. In 2006, Fila launched the collection again, basically made with the same specifications that they did back in '73. So I picked this up for $350 actually at a Savers, believe it or not. And I just didn't know, but I knew it had to look. Some Fila stuff sells really well. The vintage stuff sells extremely well. They're golf wear, or not golf wear, tennis wear. Some of it sells really well, especially the stuff with that golfer on it. You can look some of it up later after this and check out some of the prices. Like I said, I paid that. I sold this. Like I said, we ran a sale recently for 10%. I was just seeing how it does for traffic. And we sold this for $180 plus 6 shipping. So just a Fila thingy there. There's the tag, limited edition, made in Italy. Just a Fila tank top, but not every, I mean, Fila track jacket, sweatshirt thingy, but not everything sells from Fila. So this is a Ralph Lauren. This is an older vintage piece. This was a really heavy wool. Double-breasted suits by Ralph Lauren are hard to come by. This was probably 80s. I don't have the other tag. This did have an issue with the pants. I did not initially quite catch the pants. It had rips on the pockets. For whatever reason, I had a rip there. I mean, it's easily repairable. It was actually on both sides of the pockets, but it was a really nice pattern to this. Did you see the pattern? It's like a, you know, Glen pad design, window pane. You know, it's like a charcoal gray with a red or pink. I don't know what that color was. It was probably red. Stripe to it. It's just really nice, sharp looking jacket. Found this. I think I paid $20 for this. And this sold for, this did not sell, I think this sold for $150. I think it took an offer on this at $150 or $160-ish, plus $11 to ship. So some of the older Ralph Lauren stuff does really well, the blue tag stuff. Here we go. This is a Burberry 100% wool lined skirt. Pleated, Novacek. I mean, you automatically know when you see this design, you know what it is. Vintage piece, maxi. I don't know what you call this, but vintage Burberry's tag right there that they changed in '99, I believe. Puritan Clothing, Cape Cod. That's a local clothing company on Main Street that carries a bunch of different lines of clothing. But just a really nice skirt. I actually paid $25 for this skirt and $20 for another skirt that they just put on the floor at a small little church thrift store. And I paid up for it, but I knew it was going to sell. This sold also right around $150. I took a best offer. So you know when you see that right away what what it is. So check in the chat. Go over here to the next one. Just sold this too. This is a more recent Hugo Boss. It's a tuxedo, 2-button tuxedo, and a lot of tuxedos are just either the wide lapels or they have that short collar, 1 button. This is a little bit different because it's 2-button. Has a nice thin lapel. Hugo Boss. I mean, this thing looked like it was never worn. You know, it was worn though at least once. More recent tag right here. Made in Turkey. Just really nice, clean. See the tag. More recent, you can see the tags are like this, but that's really not the greatest picture of the tag. But nice tuxedo. Tuxedos, I have a tendency of getting returns on tuxedos, so we'll see how this works out. For a while there, I was actually putting a restocking fee on anything that was tuxedo related, just because they were getting returned. People use them and then they return them. It's like, hey, you bastard! At least dry clean it before you bring it back. It's smelling like cologne. Like I knew you wore it. Don't tell me it's not because of a size. But I paid actually $25 for that, and It sold 225 plus 10 shipping, so not bad. 8 times your money, right? And it sold pretty quickly. Pair of John Loeb. These are UK made. These I've had for a little while. We paid 650 for these. One day I found these when we went out, and we just had terrible luck that day. And it was like came back to the Cape. We had about 30 minutes before our local store, or 20 minutes before our local store. We're like, let's just go in there and check it out. And I think we were in there in the morning, and it was just like we returned just to see if there was anything. And I found these shoes. I was like, oh, these weren't out this morning. And there's the name. First time I found these were actually really pretty good condition. Really nice. They weren't worn much at all. Just really nice shoe. And we sold it for $250, and took a best offer of these. Like I said, I think it was $250, $10 shipping. So really nice. And we still got some nice sales coming up. We still got 3 more sales. Are you ready? We'll see what the chat says. Are you ready, chat? Anybody notice I shaved my beard, though? I had to shave. The wife won finally. I had to shave. So this is a Giorgio Armani suit. This is a really nice suit. And this is a wool blend. It's really nice Giorgio Armani suit. I believe this is a more recent We've had this a little while, I believe. Good size, 44 regular, black pinstripe. I was trying to figure out what the blend was. Oh, 45 wool, 5 polyester. I can tell by our inventory number, which is 215. I was just putting suits away the other day that are 430. So we've had this probably a year, I would say. Yeah, I think we got this last year. It's weird how you can remember when you got certain things. I remember we got this when we went to New Hampshire last November. So it's coming up on a year. And it just took time to sell. I think we were into it 10 or 15 bucks, and it sold for $239.99. So just gotta wait it out sometimes. This was a Brioni suit. Same thing with this. I had this listed for a little while. I think it might have been the color, maybe. Really nice, 46 long. Just really nice jacket. But I just think the color sometimes on certain things just doesn't get people the wrong way. Some of the tags right there. We took a best offer on this too. I think they sold for $275 plus another $11 to ship. And you see by the inventory number, we've had this probably about a year, give or take. I remember we found this, and I remember finding it. I remember paying only 10 bucks for it, and I was like, hell yeah. This was our best sale of the month or that time. Took a best offer on this of $450. I knew I was not going to get the $650. I kind of threw it up there knowing I was going to get some people that are going to lowball me. This is their anniversary sweater. This is all the way back in 1988. I actually put 87. I meant 88. See there, and it still sold. People knew what they were looking for. This is called the cross flag sweater. See the flags right there crossing, but it did have some bleach marks on it. See right here, and on the sleeve it had a few more. This was on the side of the shirt. Can't really see it, but I had a lot of interest in this. A lot of people were interested in this right off the bat. I had a lot of $300 offers. I think the first night we listed it, I had three or four, like $300 to $400 offers. I waited it out. I figured I was in no different thing. And basically I sent 3 different people offers and said, hey, you know what? $450, let's do it. Let's go. I told my wife I'd probably get about $400 for it, but when I had that many people after it, I knew I could probably get $450. It's fixable. Thing with this and a few others I've seen online is the length of this shirt is only 24 inches. And so it does kind of, deters what kind of buyer, because that's a short sweatshirt. and this had some wear to it, but the colors were really nice. He was going to try to fix it. He got it right away, and he left me good feedback, which he loved it. And I was like, hell yes. We got this also at the estate sale and paid about $4 for this. Maybe we'll talk about that estate sale later this week, but we found a lot of good things at that estate sale. My wife actually went by herself in the morning, found a bunch of things. I had some other things I had to do. And then later on, I went back and found a bunch of other things. There was stuff in like 3 different rooms and closets. It was actually very cool and very fun. But I noticed when I was checking these out, this is the interesting part. If you go to and look these up, you see the cross flag polo sweaters. You see right here. One's listed 1,100, another person's a grand. Someone with a tank top 1,000, and then there's a bunch of these white ones in the air for 1,008 and 788. Even this one is smaller logo. So is this. They're kind of in that range. And then you see down here, I mean, a bunch of different other ones come into play. But when you look at the solds, and this is what I was looking at, is because none really sold. See, mine sold for $450, so it comes up here a little bit. And this sold on my birthday, so it was a nice sale on my birthday. Forgot about that. But then this one sold here. You can see this sold. They had this up for $999, best offer. This sweater seems to be in better condition. Only a small pinhole. Yeah, it looks to be in better condition than mine. But I mean, if you wanted this sweater, they don't even have measurements in it. I hate when people have measurements. Why would you not include measurements if you're going to try to sell something for $1,000? Like, it's just crazy. Like, why would you not put the measurements? But anyway, make a long story short, people are asking that money for them, but they are not selling. If you notice, this sweater sold for less than mine. So this sweater was listed at 1,000, but they probably took an offer somewhere under 450. Because I believe these all go in order, even when it's a best offer taken like that. So pretty interesting. Let me stop the screen share. Am I back on the camera? Yes, I am. So let me just see here in the chat, see what I missed. Yes, everybody, hit that like button. If you hit this video, get some more likes, maybe I'll start making more videos every day. I have a lot more time on my hands now than I did over the summer. Summer, I was running around like a crazy person, just trying to make as much money as possible, kind of, with sign selling and vintage advertising stuff. I had defined stuff for people, and it was just, I was going crazy. Because there's 2 people I find stuff for, and I was going out constantly looking for specifically for stuff for them, calling up antique stores, networking with other dealers, trying to get stuff that I needed for other people. And sometimes that I had to drive to Maine or Connecticut or upstate New York. It was kind of like, you waste all day just drive it. It was like, but it was good money in it. But if you get the opportunity to buy lower brand jacket suits for $1, I'm always worried that the jacket is part of a suit and don't sell. Do you feel that's worth the risk? I really try not to sell any jacket that I believe was part of a suit, just because they don't sell. I've had terrible luck with them. Even when I've found like higher end brands like Brioni or Ralph Lauren Purple Label or Chiton, I still have a hard time selling a suit jacket without the pants. It just takes forever. So sometimes I just make it go and move it down the line and keep it moving, and it works out that way. But I don't think there's any other questions, which is good. I hate the Markdown Manager. I really I have the old Markdown Manager, but I don't like the way it comes up, like when you look for it and stuff like that. I just think it's crazy. Um, all right, I guess everything is good. Surgery probably stated for the end of the year. It was due in November. But we're actually going away in November, so I kind of pushed it back. Um, I inspire you to raise your prices. There you go. I think I don't know. I think if you have good pictures and you have good feedback and you have put your measurements and stuff like that, I think that you can ask more money than most of these people do that just throw stuff out there and hope it sells. I don't know. There's certain things that sit too long, and I'm always trying to figure out the best way to do things. I'm trying to figure out if I should, because I get so many offers on things now. I'm trying to figure out if it's better to maybe go back to best offer, but and then just put in what I will accept and decline automatically, so I don't even see it. I just know if it sells. Not even deal with any of the best offers. Like if I had something for 150 and I said, you know what, I'm not going to take anything under 120. Put in 120 is the I'll take anything over the 120. Put in under 199. I mean 119.99. Decline it. And that way I wouldn't have to deal with it. I think that became the part of the problem. I didn't want to go back and forth with all these people every day with about like, oh, will you take this price? Will you take that price? I mean, the new one today was, oh, that seems quite high for a used piece of clothing. I'm like, really? I'm asking $50 for a $400 shirt that's retail new, and you're gonna tell me when it's on sale, so it's a 10% sale, so it was on sale for $44, and that seems high for you. It's like you don't want to buy it. Then keep going. Go find that on auction somewhere. I mean, eh, this ain't eBay 2006 anymore, buddy. You want it from me, you're gonna have to pay. But that's it. I gotta pay higher prices than most people do for stuff too. So I mean, except for the state sale that we did so great. Um, is a baseball balloon? Yeah, there's balloons over there too for my birthday. It was what, 5 days ago? What's today? Today is 17. 6 days ago. But it's almost time for the baseball game. Yankees are playing, and the Celtics are playing. It's gonna be a day to sit down on the couch and not move. Good thing I got all my work done. Made a YouTube video. Went grocery shopping. Happy, happy, joy, joy. But I'll give you guys a minute. If anybody has any other questions, let me know. 21 holding. Yeah, I just turned 21. Thrift stores, I kind of do. I kind of do okay. It just depends. We go to certain thrift stores and we can do good. I mean, certain estate sale companies, there's about probably 10 estate sale companies around us, and not all of them know what they have. Some price stuff to sell, and it's weird. There's certain companies we found from a estate sale company that we don't usually go to a lot. They did not advertise anything about men's clothing. They just showed two closets that was filled with suits, and I thought, oh, this is, I put the address. I waited to the address, and the home came up the next day before the sale. I googled the price of what that neighborhood was in, and found out it's almost $1 million house. So I was figuring they had to have some clothes, and then find out that they owned a few dealerships and stuff like that later on after talking to the estate sale company. And we get along with that estate sale company fairly well. When they were doing the receipts, we're actually getting stuff. I mean, we found a lot of stuff. I mean, here's some of the receipts. I mean, a bunch of receipts because they're just different rooms. I mean, there was like this one, we got a Nintendo in box for $35 from that sale. I mean, here was shoes, dress shirts. Dress shirts were $4. I mean, they charged us 8 prices for shirts, but I think when we came home, we figured out that we only paid $4 a piece or $5 a piece on the clothing. You know, it was really crazy, some of this stuff. Some N64 games that were boxed for $5 each. Sport coats, sweaters, just crazy. But, you know, when we got home, they were not the prices. More things, slippers, shirts, pants. This photo printer that I should get like $400 to $600, maybe even higher on. Crazy. That was one of our best estate sales, and we didn't even make a video. Go figure. And Gretchen even found a Louis Vuitton freaking jacket, and believe it or not, so it was crazy for $5. I go I go to estate sale. I'm the one waiting in line and like the second person in line. I get in the estate sale. I want to get in there first. I want to get in there and scout it out. If price, see whatever it is. If something's cheap, I want to pick it up. I want to get it. If it's too high, there's 2 ways to go about it. If it's too high, number one, you could have business cards. Put your name, your number on a business card. Write an offer for the item on your business card. If it's, you know, item that you figure is worth some money. And I've gotten a call back once or twice on things. They kind of go back and forth. There was a Louis Vuitton chest that we wanted, old Louis Vuitton, like early 1900 chest that they had at estate sale, and they wanted like $2,000, and we were going back and forth at it for a little while, but we didn't get it. I was offering a certain price, but I did not know that he had somebody that offered him high. I wish he would have just told me, hey, we had a $1,100 offer, because I would have offered probably more, because my wife wanted that for a coffee table. But I just didn't know. But I'm the one getting in there early in line. I'll get there. For us on the Cape, because we're set up, we're set apart from a lot of the Cape, and there'll be 10 estate sales maybe in one weekend. Sometimes even the same day, there might be 8 or 10 estate sales. So there's only so many people to be scattered across 10 sales, across 13 different towns, possibly. They're like here, there, so it's good actually for us. We don't face as much competition at every sale that a lot of places do. Like if we go to Boston, it's chaos at estate sales, to the point where I don't even go anymore. Because then I got to get there too early. I've been to estate sales. It's probably 2 hours ahead of time, 2.5 hours, and I could be, the top 3 or 2 in line, and I get to a estate sale somewhere off Cape, and I'm like the 40th person in the line, getting there 3 hours before the sale. It's like, how did this work out? Just different how it works out in every different place. But I got to get going. Baseball game is on. Comment, like, hit, subscribe. Wait, what else? Wait, comment? No. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Have a good day.